So, ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing a comment that came through our Facebook page. And it's this guy named Howie Maui. All right. So I want to talk about this because we want to talk about just the psychology, of the white supremacists. They can't stay away from us, folks. Even if it's something they do not like, they cannot stay away. No matter where we go on the earth, y'all have to understand the psychology of the white supremacists. No matter where we go on the earth, no matter what platform we create, we could say, hey, we talking about black all day. We ain't talking about nothing else related to nobody else. And they will be right there in attendance. If black folks go anywhere, they'll be right behind black people. Y'all don't understand that. Y'all really don't understand how these people are. They can't stay away from us even if they wanted to. You understand? I'm talking about those who don't like us. I'm not saying those who are cool with us and all of that. I'm not speaking about them. I'm talking about those that don't like us. Now, I went to this dude's page and, he had, of course, all the right wing, extremist propaganda mess they have on their pages. But let's get into this real quick. So he says, what if we, as in white folks, had an Anglo diaspora network or a Caucasian only network? It ends with a question mark. Well, who would stop them to create that? Nobody at all. And the word diaspora is something they never used before. That good and well that term has never been in their lexicon at all. Y'all know this. Now he says, will y'all be okay with that? It seems like I'm the day and age of inclusion and equality. The name African diaspora, something isn't in alignment. Now, of course, I read my response. I say, create it. I say, I'll be just fine with it. But you already have Fox, CNN, MSNBC, Newsmax, etc. When we create platforms to give our take on the world, it's always issues for people like yourself. Now, this is how I know I'm doing the right thing. Is when the white supremacists complain on what I'm doing. Then I know I'm definitely doing the right thing and I'm on the right track. If the white supremacist isn't complaining about nothing I'm doing, then in the back of my mind I say, okay, what's wrong with what I got going on? Because they cool with everything I'm doing. They have no complaints whatsoever. Now, of course, they don't complain to me as much as they used to at one point in time. Okay. Because I'm the kind of brother, I'll get real relentless on something. And then once I get my particular teeth in a topic, I'm a bleed it dry of whatever it is because I'm after you. So I remember there was a lot of people like this guy at one point in time that would come to my YouTube channel. And they was always talking about black on black crime this, black on black crime that. And I say, you know what? If y'all keep coming over here talking about this, I'm going to show you who are creating the crimes in America. And so I say, I went on my channel. Those of you who've been following me long enough, you probably remember this. I say, you know what? Because of the white supremacists, we about to do white on white crime month. And I dedicated a whole month to white on white crime. Oh boy, they was doing some heinous things. Heinous. That actually playlist, I think that still playlist is on the Black Congregation channel. Actually, but I did white on white crime month. And after white on white crime month, they left me alone about black on black crime. They don't tell me anything about so-called black on black crime because that really messed with them when I put the mirror up to their face and every day I was covering something they were doing. And I wasn't doing it in a manner of calling them names or no. I was just reporting the news. And I was saying, man, that's messed up. These victims, of this particular crime, why in the world are we seeing all this white on white crime? What happened to the white fathers? Where they at? The exact same thing they would say to us, I was saying to them. And I just got enjoyment out of it and they just left me alone after that. So I'm like, cool. But when they do not like, no matter what the conversation and the chatter is right now in Black America, they do not like the concept of black people working together with other black people throughout the world. They don't like that concept, folks. they don't like it. Okay. I have proven day in and day out that I can work with Black America. I have proven I can work with Africans. I do it every day. I have proven I can work with Black people in the UK. I've done that. I work with Black people in Latin America. I work with Black people all over the world. The only group of Black people I have not worked with is the Afro-Asian people. I haven't worked with them yet. But everybody else I have worked with. I have Africans as on my team, that's been on my team every month. We sending, payments to our team that's in the continent of Africa, or different people that's doing different things for us. Like before we get a certain place, we paying people, we doing what we supposed to do. Nobody can tell me that Black America and Africans can't work together, because I prove it every day in my company. That's a lie. I surely can prove that to everybody. And we get along so great. It's a harmony. Of course, it's all love. We all understand the mission. We understand what it is. I ask questions to them sometimes when I don't understand some things. They ask questions to me when they don't understand some things. So I've learned a lot about, the different, communities. For instance, Wangel, she's Ethiopian. So I ask her questions about them. Or Brother Elvis, he's one of my editors, right? He's Kenyan. Okay, so I holler at him. Of course, I holler at African Tigers. I got people in South Africa I holler at about different things. I got, Sister Royda and them in Liberia. So I ask questions about Liberia. So I'm asking questions all over the place, that I just need the answer to, or people rarely give me the answers, right? But I have proven that we can work together. And that actually scares the white supremacists. It's unification. That's what scares them. Okay. Now, the biggest thing right now, me, like I told y'all, I call out everybody. If you're wrong, I'm going to call you out. I don't care who you are, Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. I'm going to call you out if you're wrong. And I'm going to come at you very, very, come at you with force for sure when you're wrong. But just because I come at you, especially within our own family, if I come at you with some force, or I come at you with trying to give you some, hey, you need to act right, don't mean I hate you. It just means that I'm chastising you just that day on what you're doing. Just like the other woman I did a video about, the professor, right? With all that Akata talk, right? I'll come at her and I did come at her. But if she would say, hey, I'd like to talk to you and if she want to have a sit down conversation about some things, and I can say face to face, I had a conversation with her, I could say, okay, if we have a face to face conversation and you're going to change and be in the, do what's right. Okay. I can forgive that. I can, because one thing I have always said, I will be more forgiving with Black people. I'm not going to be like Black folks that get their kid killed. And then these white folks don't even ask you for forgiveness. And you up there, I forgive you and all that. No. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I have let go a lot of attacks that come my way from Black people. People say all kind of vile things about me at times. Recently, just had one brother send me a video where he apologized. Tell me about some stuff he said years ago. I'm not even mad at the brother. I wasn't mad then, and I'm not mad now. I'm like, let the brother talk. Let the brother say what he want to say. It's fine. He didn't come over here and hurt my family. He didn't. Listen, I don't care what people say about me. I can actually let a lot of that go, what you say about me. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? But when you see the white supremacists having issues with the name, and the reason why I changed the name, some people say, why you change the name from Advice Show to African Diaspora? Why did you do that? Well, when I went to Ethiopia and I was sitting in the hotel room, by myself, and I was just thinking, I was looking outside, and I was like, you know what? This media thing is much bigger than just, one country that we have, which is America. It's much bigger than that. It's Black people all over the world. And then, you know what? There's a lot of stories out there. Some stories are similar. Some stories are different, right? I said, I really think that we need to focus more on the African diaspora and what we're doing. And that was one of the best decisions I ever made, because the moment I changed from the Advice Show to African Diaspora News Channel, it just really took off for me in more ways than one. We've been to different countries due to the change and seeing the growth, been on TV, been all kind of things that we have done. And like I told y'all, I've gotten so much love on the African continent. I mean, it's like overwhelmingly. Now some people judge Africans based off of their run-ins with African immigrants in America. And I could tell you, even my experiences with African immigrants, I never had a problem with them because they never had a problem with me. Every time I saw one of them, I was speaking or living here in Houston. Hey, how you doing, brother? How you doing, sister? Hi, how you doing? And I never had those problems. I heard on the East Coast and definitely some places, in up north, I've heard different issues here and there, but I can say like I never had those issues or problems. So it wasn't like, actually it was kind of quite shocking to me, to be honest, to even hear the word Akata and hearing those words Jareer and all that. It was shocking to hear that because I've never known, any brother or sister from any other country to act that way, or some who really don't like us. It was shocking to me. I remember the first time that when I went to Caribbean Festival, right? And I did an interview with these two sisters from, I don't know what country they were from. And I don't know why I made a comment about black women or something like that. And that one girl, how she was looking, I was like, why is she looking like that? And like I say, for me, I've always seen black people as we all black people, right? We may come from different parts. And I always tell people, if you are Caribbean and have any kind of thoughts about black America, like, come on now, I would say shame on you more than anybody else, because you was put through the same process that we were put through right here in America. The same process with slavery. So there shouldn't be no looking down on anybody. Well, none of us should be looking down on each other. But what I'm saying is, and how I look at it, the little beefs and ethnic, differences and little diaspora wars. And I don't look at that as a major thing. I look at that as just a discussion, really, and some confusion that needs to be straightened out. I look at that. But when I look at the white supremacists that take issue with it being called African Diaspora News Channel, I know I'm always on the right path. Your enemies are always going to let you know if you're doing the right thing or you're doing the wrong thing. That's how it always will be when you're trying to do something, for the community. Sometimes I get frustrated. Sometimes I just want to stop doing things because it's like I said, it's a long process. It's a slow grind in news. Then what y'all don't know is like on YouTube, some of you, the content that we do can be held back, can be suppressed, can be, all kind of things. So for me, how I go through that and deal with that, of course, we created our website, which we got something we about to change on the website. So we'll get more people going that way. We're going to create like a free section. That way stuff I was taking down from YouTube, I can put on the website, get people at least going over there or used to going over there with a free section. And then, the majority of the site going to be, of course, subscription based, but we won't have a free section where people can just go see things that we was going to freely offer anyway, but maybe demonetize, because I'm not going to put any kind of content that YouTube demonetizes. It's not going to stay on the platform. It's not. I'm just going to put it on the website. Or, like I said, we do the podcast, we have the Black Congregation channel. And then also we have, the Phillip Scott show. For me, that's like fun to me to do that. That's also like entertainment. And between all different things that I'm doing, of course, like I say, on different platforms, whatever, it helps subsidize us. But like I said, if I just depended just on news itself, it would be very, very, very hard. But the news channel has taken us to way more places than anything else, right? And I know we on the right track because we are heavily, like I said, we are attacked. We are, suppressed and all kind of other things. But we keep trucking along because I found out if you know how to outlast your enemies, if you know how to outlast them, if you can just keep working and keep grinding and keep going and show them there's nothing they can do to stop you or slow you down, even if you get down on some things about it, even if you get frustrated or whatever, right? revenue, that's definitely been down. A lot of people's revenue has been down because we're going through a recession. Advertisers have been pulling back. That's for sure. So definitely any kind of support we get from the people is very, very important because, and like I told y'all before, it's also a black tax in America. It's the truth. Like I said, it's a whole lot of deals that I don't get because of the messaging I have, and I just don't want to, sell out our messaging and keep it the way it is because, if you pull a Byron Allen and say, oh, well, we just need to have it for everybody, let's start talking about LGBT and let's start talking about immigration. And I told y'all, the way I do my platform, I'm not discriminating against anybody. No, I'm not a discriminatory person. If a person is the right fit and they have our message, then, hey, I'm open to it. I tell anybody that. But you got to have our message. Kind of like how Fox News is. Anybody of any color could come on and be a host or whatever, but they better have that message that Fox News have, and they better be hardcore with that message. And because, let's call it what it is. No matter what, when you have a company, you can't discriminate against people. You can't. So I say anybody you may see in the future that may show up. You may one day see a Arab person show up. You may see an Indian person show up one day. It could be an Asian person, could be a Hispanic person. It may be a white person one day. I don't know. I'm just saying it could happen. Not to say that's what I'm focusing on, but it could happen. But you better believe anybody that's presenting anything on our platform is going to be speaking the message that we would normally speak across the platform. I haven't had any people reach out to me like that, so I don't think they're reaching out. No. Just like I said before, homegirl on the Weon channel be going in on them folks. You get somebody like that from India, shoot, yeah, I take them all day long, as long as they're going in on them folks. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have that message. So, we know here that we are on the right track. And that's something that you always got to focus on, whatever you're doing, no matter what it is. If them folks are complaining about it, talking about the name of it. Well, why you only got to do it just, with black people? Why is that? Because they are the most underserved community, and I'm from that community, and I need to see to them, just like you see to your community. Why you want to sit up here and come? You got all those news organizations, you got everything at your hands, and you want to come gentrify my situation. I'll tell them that in a minute. You're not gentrifying anything I got going on. And I'm a firm believer that we can keep focusing on our community and be hella successful at it. Bob Johnson did it. Tyler Perry did it, just to name two. Whether you agree with Tyler Perry or not, Tyler Perry is a billionaire off of just focusing on keeping his stuff within the black community. Now, down the line, of course, he had other actors come in who wasn't black. But for the most part, if you look at Tyler Perry, all his audience and what he focused on is the black community. And we should never be afraid to say that we're going to focus on black people. Because you know what? Other groups don't think about diversifying their content. They say we're focusing on what we think we need to focus on. We're the only group of people that's told, oh, well, we need to focus on everybody, being Byron Allen. We you know what I'm saying? And like, no, I don't need Byron Allen's money to do anything. I really don't. I can take a small amount of money and do a whole lot. Look at what I've done with the limited resources I have now. You imagine if I got a couple of million in my pocket, what I'd do with it? Please. And I'm not talking about 10 million, 20 million. Shoot, matter of fact, you give me 1 million, 1.5. I'm like, shoot, I'm about to build a nice studio, man. We about to do this and build two different studios in 1.5 million. I can build one here in the States, and I think build one in South Africa. You know what I'm saying? And just have two major studios and just get our people to relocate, to South Africa and do, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things we could do, a lot of ideas that we have on the table. I'm not going to tell you all the ideas, but we on the right track. And so when the white supremacist is complaining, ladies and gentlemen, on you, and anything that you're doing, you're doing good. And it's so funny. Anglo Diaspora Network. White supremacy is Anglo Diaspora Network. I mean, shit, what more do you want than that? But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. That way you post another podcast. Also, make sure that you click the like button. That's very important. And, we appreciate you stopping by, and see you on the next one.